At 30, she had exactly $0 in her savings account. Not a little. Not some debt, but okay. Zero. And a $9,400 credit card balance eating her alive at 22% interest. 20 years later, she walked away from her job on a Tuesday morning and never worked another day for money again. This is not a fantasy. This is math. Painful, boring, brutal math. Her name for this story is Maya. She isn't one specific person. She's a composite. But every number you're about to hear is real, pulled from actual U.S. financial averages. This case study represents real financial patterns and real-world data. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. According to Empower's 2025 data, the median retirement savings for Americans in their 30s is around $99,000. Sounds okay, right? Except half of everyone has less than that. And a huge chunk has nothing. So how did Maya go from broke at 30 to financially free at 50? No inheritance, no crypto lottery, no rich husband, just decisions. Some of them painful. Rewind to age 22. Maya graduates college with a communications degree and roughly $28,000 in student loans, actually below the national average of about $38,000. She thinks she's doing okay. She lands her first job, $42,000 a year. Feels like a fortune. Within 6 months, she's got a nicer apartment, a used car with a $329 monthly payment, and, this is where it starts, her first credit card. By 25, she's making $54,000 and spending about $56,000. You see the problem? By 28, her lifestyle has quietly outgrown her paycheck. She upgrades her phone, she upgrades her car, she upgrades her friends' expectations. She does not upgrade her savings. Then came the mistake almost every middle-class American makes. She started using her credit card not for emergencies, but for lifestyle. And here's the killer number. The average credit card APR in 2026 is around 21%. 21%. Let that sit for a second. If you owe $9,000 and only pay the minimum, you'll be paying that card off for the next 23 years. 23 years. At 29, Maya's card hits $9,400. Her car is worth less than she owes on it. Her rent went up 8% because, surprise, inflation in the mid-2020s ate her raise before she even saw it. Then the moment. The one every broke person remembers forever. Her card gets declined at a grocery store in front of a line of people for $47. Have you ever had a moment like that, where the shame is so heavy you can feel it in your chest? Hold on to that feeling, because that feeling is what changed her life. That night, Maya did something most people never do. She actually opened a spreadsheet and she wrote down every single number in her life. What she found broke her. Total debt, about $37,000 between credit card, car, and remaining student loans. Total savings, $312. Emergency fund, zero. Retirement account, never opened. She was 30 years old. Here's the shocking part. She wasn't unusual. The average American household in 2026 carries roughly $154,000 in total debt across all categories. Maya was actually below average, which somehow made it worse. Think about that. If millions of people are drowning silently behind identical-looking windows, how many of them are just quietly pretending to be fine? So Maya made a plan. Not a glamorous one. Not the kind you see on Instagram. It was a boring, uncomfortable, 4-part plan. And it saved her life. Step 1. The emergency fund. Not $10,000, just $1,000, something between her and total disaster. It took her 4 months of eating rice and beans to do it. Step 2. The debt avalanche. She attacked the highest interest debt first. The 22% credit card. She cut Uber, cut streaming, cut brunch. Her friends said she was no fun anymore. Maya decided being broke was less fun. Step 3. She opened a Roth IRA at 31. Just $200 a month. Nothing dramatic. But she picked a simple, low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Because this is the fact that changed her life. The S&P 500 has historically averaged around 10% per year over the long term. Past performance is not guaranteed, but it's a real, verified pattern. Step 4. She attacked her income. Because here's the truth, nobody wants to say out loud. You cannot budget your way out of a low salary forever. By 33, the credit card was gone. By 35, the car was paid off. By 36, she'd finished a night certification and jumped jobs. Her salary went from $58,000 to $79,000. She didn't upgrade her lifestyle. This is the part almost nobody does. She kept living like she made $58,000. Every extra dollar went into that boring index fund. By 40, her portfolio hit around $110,000. Not from magic. From roughly $900 a month compounded at market averages for 9 years. Boring? Yes. Predictable? Also yes. That's the point. At 42, she bought a modest home, not a dream home. A 3-bedroom in a mid-cost of living town. Mortgage rate around 6.8%, which was reality for that era. She put 20% down to skip PMI. Painful, but it saved her thousands over time. By 45, she added a side business. Just a small one, consulting on weekends. An extra $1,500 a month. All of it, went straight into investments. By 50, the portfolio had crossed $780,000. The house was more than half paid off. She had 0 credit card debt, she had 6 months of expenses in cash, and her passive dividends alone covered her basic bills. She wasn't rich. Let's be clear, she wasn't buying yachts. She had options. And options, when you've spent 20 years having none, feel like the whole world. So what actually changed Maya's life? Not one thing. 5 boring things. Ready? 1. She stopped pretending. She actually looked at her numbers. Most people never do this. That's not an accident. It's a defense mechanism. 2. She killed high-interest debt like it was a fire in her kitchen, because that's exactly what a 21% APR is. 3. She started investing early, even with tiny amounts. Time in the market beat trying to time the market, every single decade. 4. She grew her income, because you can't shrink your way to wealth. Cutting lattes is nice. Doubling your skills is life-changing. And 5. This is the hardest one. She protected her future self from her current self. Every time she got a raise, her lifestyle stayed the same. Her investments grew instead. Now here's the part I want you to sit with. Maya was not smarter than you. She was not luckier than you. She just started. On a Tuesday. In a tiny apartment with $312 and a spreadsheet. So let me ask you something uncomfortable. If you opened a spreadsheet tonight, every debt, every subscription, every dollar out, would you flinch? Would you close it? Or would you finally look? Because here's the truth. Nobody puts on a motivational poster. Financial freedom isn't a finish line. It's a series of ordinary Tuesdays. And most people never even start theirs. So what does your Tuesday look like? Comment it below. And if this story hit somewhere it wasn't supposed to, you already know what the next video should be. I'll see you there.